Let's talk about the guy who I honestly think probably should be in the Defensive Rookie of the Year conversation 4 games into the season, so that conversation's a bit silly. It's more of a fun conversation than it is a serious one, but I think he's been fantastic. He probably has been, one of the best rookies so far through 4 games. I think, Devin Lloyd definitely probably, you could argue he's number one, but Sauce has been right up there. Sauce Gardner has been fantastic 4 weeks into the season. Let's talk about what he's done so effectively. So first, we're going to start off with this play. It's going to be him with no safety help defending a go route. These are the most important plays for corners to be able to cover because, there's no safety help. If you give up a completion here, you're not giving up a little bit of yards. You're giving up a decent chunk play, and these can put points on the board sometimes for wide receivers. And you're going up against George Pickens, who has shown to be no slouch either in his rookie season. So, big time matchup here. Right when this play begins, the first thing you notice Gardner do is I feel like he does a very good job of playing the receiver. And man coverage, this is definitely something he does a lot, where he's going to play the receiver. He's going to make sure that he's not going to get burned down the field. And he really does not give up much separation whatsoever. But here's the issue, and here's why the throw is going to go this way. If you're Sauce Gardner and you are playing the receiver, the advantage is you're probably not going to give up much separation. The disadvantage is it's much more difficult to play the ball because you don't know when the ball is coming. So Trubisky is going to fire in that direction, and right here, it's hard to see exactly where it's going to be. It's hard to see who's going to win this matchup. Pickens can definitely read the play. Pickens can try to make this grab, but again, there's no separation here given up by Sauce Gardner, and he's also, I think at this point, doing a good job of getting his head turned back around so he can play this ball. As you see, he does end up getting turned around enough to knock that pass away. Very good play from Gardner. You see Pickens saying he wanted it higher up there on that play, but the reality is that's a tough situation to put a quarterback in. You're basically asking for pinpoint accuracy 50 yards down the field and a good catch to beat Sauce Gardner. Like, you'll take those every single time. If that's how you can beat him, that's fine. In fact, let's show an example of him getting beat down the field. To me, this is a good example of what it's taken to beat him so far 4 weeks into the season, where it's going to be a team that thrives with only a single safety deep when they're playing against that. The Bengals love go routes on the sidelines when there's only one safety deep. This is what they thrive in. We all know about Jamar Chase, but this is going to be T. Higgins, someone who I keep pounding the table saying is one of the most underrated receivers in football, going up against Sauce Gardner. So it's going to be a go route. It's cover 3 this time, not man coverage, but it's essentially the same scenario. It's going to be a one-on-one matchup on the outside. Watch how when Burrow takes the snap and runs a play action, you see Sauce Gardner. So now he's not playing the receiver as much because of the zone coverage. You have to keep your eye on the quarterback. He's going to let T. Higgins run behind him because you're using the sideline as an extra defender. Because, if Higgins does go closer towards the sideline, it makes the window where Burrow can throw just that much smaller. So then Burrow does make the throw, but the second he does, you see Gardner turn around. He gets his head turned around and even gets his hand in there, but T. Higgins still found a way to make the grab. And then, tough hit at the end there by, the safety. But just fantastic coverage by Sauce Gardner. It was complete because, as the old expression goes, a great throw and great catch can still beat great coverage, but that doesn't negate the fact that it still was great coverage, and this is how he's been beat, is when guys are able to make perfect throws deep down the field and a receiver makes a great catch. Again, as a corner, you'll take that 10 out of 10 times. I've often said, gone are the days of the shutdown corner. At this point, all there is making it as difficult as possible on the offense, and that's what Gardner has been doing. This one's another example, and this one, still against Cincinnati, but it is not against T. Higgins. It is against Jamar Chase. This is the guy, right? All last season long, every time someone tried to play him one-on-one, I don't care if it's Jalen Ramsey, I don't care who it is, you're getting burned. Well, this is going to be a one-on-one matchup with Sauce Gardner. Yes, there are 2 safeties deep, but they're actually the safety on that side of the field is going to move closer towards the top of the screen, meaning it's going to essentially turn into what we saw last time, but with Jamar Chase instead of T. Higgins. And watch how right when this play begins, what you're going to notice is that, first, again, Gardner doing a good job of staying with Jamar Chase. Chase ran behind him. Sauce is now going to turn his back and play the receiver at this point, once again trying to not give up much separation. But watch him as he's running. He puts his hand on, but isn't holding, just put his hand on so he can turn around while still knowing where Chase is. He's able to play the ball. That is unbelievable coverage. That is exactly what you want to see. This is why I had Sauce Gardner as my number 2 overall prospect in this draft, because he can do stuff like that. It's just fantastic. Again, this is the guy, Jamar Chase, who was burning everybody last year. So listen, you're not going to win or lose every single matchup, but the fact that this guy is winning consistently against good receivers without safety help is unbelievable. The fact that he only has 4 NFL games under his belt. It reminds me of Marshawn Lattimore's first season, where it was just like he jumps into the league and is already a great corner. It's really rare that this happens. Like, this play is another example where it's going to be a zone coverage play. It's cover 2 zone now, so he has safety help this time. And you see I've circled a Cincinnati player who he is currently lined up with. This is once again T. Higgins, that, the most underrated receiver in football, as I keep saying. One-on-one matchup. So what's going to happen here? Well, right when this play begins, you see how Higgins tries to cut over the middle and Sauce is all over it. This is not a throw that Burrow can make. Typically, this is good enough, but, play's going to go on for a little bit longer. Burrow is great at extending the play. So Sauce, in my opinion, did his job on this one, but the play is going to go on a little bit longer. So as this play continues, you're going to see how T. Higgins then cuts back towards the sideline, and now he is open. There is some separation. It's not wide open, but, good throw and good catch should result in a completion, right? Well, watch Gardner be able to reach over and knock that ball away, and they were right at the first down marker, too. So that's a huge play in the situation, and that's, again, what he can do. I think he's a big reason. I think he's probably the biggest reason why the Jets defense has looked so much better this year than last year, is because you have that shutdown corner who has really been winning at a high level. Finally, one last play, kind of a unique play here. So it's going to be a cross-up. It looks like with the Steelers, it seems like it's supposed to be a tight end screen, but it feels like both of the players to the offense's right are both going to just run kind of the same route. Watch, right when this play begins, you see Pickett starting to make this throw. They're both right in the same area. So it seemed like someone was probably supposed to go out and block, but neither one is. I don't know what happened there. But, okay, you're in this situation. You're Sauce Gardner. You have to run up and tackle a tight end here who's bigger than you. These are the tough spots for cornerbacks to be in, right? But Sauce Gardner is not some small cornerback. Watch him move in, and he's going to make a very good tackle here. So, again, this guy can do it all. He, checks every single box. Part of me feels like, I'm looking at the odds for Defensive Rookie of the Year, and he's plus 2,500. So if you bet $100, you'd win $2,500. That's how that works. That feels like, it seems like it should be a good bet, but at the same time, I just don't know if he'll get the media attention. He plays corner, so it's going to be tough for him. But, the guy's been fantastic. If I'm doing 4 games in Defensive Rookie of the Year award, I'm probably giving Devin Lloyd the nod, but I think I'm putting Sauce Gardner at number 2. That's kind of how I would fill out my ballot there. But yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on Sauce Gardner and what he's done? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.